That deadly storm battering the nation with blizzard conditions and dangerously cold wind chills, wreaking havoc for millions over the holiday weekend. Buffalo, New York, battling a brutal combination of 2 feet of snow, 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts, and wind chills that are 25 below zero.
It's about time that you get a stimulus check. Social Security, SSI, SSDI, VA survivors, all of those details are right here in this video. You might want to stick around, and yes, I'm still wearing my Christmas shirt. Hey, what is up, YouTube? Welcome back to another show where we keep you updated on things that affect you and me on a daily basis. If you're new to this channel, my name's John Muro with True Life Investing. Thank you for tuning in today. If you want to become part of the True Life family, jump in on some giveaways, stay updated on all this news, make sure to hit that subscribe button and smash that like button. With COVID surging right now, Florida COVID surge getting worse as groups gather for Christmas. Now, I know that a lot of families have got together for the holidays. I hope that you had a great Christmas. Maybe you got to build some gingerbread houses, but most of all, I just hope that you had a great day yesterday. Thank you again so much for tuning in. We got so much information to get to. Let's dive on the screen. We know that COVID has been running rampant, and we're hoping that in Florida, things kind of slow down because it's really been picking it up. So if you live in the state of Florida, make sure to be safe, wear your mask, stay sanitized. If you cough, cough in your elbow, and keep social distancing. Now moving on. Buses of migrants dropped outside Kamala Harris's home in freezing temperatures on Christmas Eve, and this is what reports say. Now again, I am not a huge advocate for things that are happening like this because number one, it's Christmas Eve. Number two, I understand they're not from here, but they should have been taken to a shelter and been given the proper food, the proper things to wear, and should have been given something, a nice warm meal. That's the American way. Dumping them outside of someone's home doesn't do them any good. In fact, doesn't do the person who lives there any good, which was Kamala Harris. Yes, I get it. People should not come over here illegally, and I understand that. But my thing is this. There's not a good system in place to make it to where people could get their visa or something the right way, an easier way. I remember that I had a friend who I came in contact with when I took my car to get it worked on. One of the nicest guys you ever met, came into this country when he was very young, and he's worked his whole life trying to make a living for him and his family. And I asked him, I said, hey man, have you ever considered getting your visa, becoming a citizen of the United States? And these are not my words, these are his words. It's very, very difficult to do. Number one, the system is not created in favor to help them out in a way that they could actually get a citizenship very easy. And so I thought, man, this doesn't make any sense. So I asked someone else. I said, hey, have you actually considered becoming a citizen of the United States, getting your visa? And they said yes. And then he had a sad look. He said, unfortunately, I'm going to have to leave my wife. I'm going to have to leave my family. They're sending me back to my own country. And as they said, it's going to take a year to get all the paperwork together. And then once they do that, then I get to come back. And I thought, that doesn't make any sense at all. But sure enough, one day I show up. He's not there. I asked another guy. I said, hey, man, where's the guy that worked here? And they said, they sent him back home. And after I think it was about a year and a couple of months, finally he showed up one day, and I got to talk to him, and I saw him, and I was so happy. I congratulated him, and I get it. You know, it wasn't the easiest thing to do. I mean, how many of you could leave your wife for that long of a time, or your spouse, or your family in general, for over a year, going back to your old country, and then once everything was fixed, then being able to come back? And I thought, I mean, okay, that might work for maybe 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, but when you've got 1,200 migrants coming over every single day, that plan doesn't work. So that's why I thought the system's not created in favor to help people in the right way. I get it, block borders. I get it, make our country safe, and it should be safe. Our borders should be protected. But there should be easier ways for people that if they want to come into our country, there should be an easy way to do it. And I'm not saying so that anybody, I'm just saying there should be easier steps to say that if you truly want to be an American, then here's the process. I'm just saying, but enough on that. I thought that was pretty crazy and thought you might want to know that. Now, some of you might have families and some of you may not. Some of you might have kids and some of you may not have kids, but they have talked about the boosted child tax credit. But here's the thing, it isn't part of the $1.7 trillion spending bill. Unfortunately, it's off the table. Now, for those who have kids and you're living on a fixed income, or maybe you've been dependent on these stimulus checks, unfortunately, the child tax credit hasn't been boosted and hasn't been involved in this bill, but hopefully in time they will renegotiate and get this thing going, because I know that having a kid myself, 2 years old, he can get expensive, meaning the cost of milk, diapers, things for him that he needs as a baby, it's not cheap. And so I'm hoping that they get something figured out. Now, maybe you're on a fixed income and maybe you've been wondering, am I going to get a stimulus check? Does me being on a fixed income actually make me eligible to receive one? Whether you're on SSI, SSDI, Social Security, VA, low income, survivors, am I eligible to receive a stimulus check? And here's the stimulus update. Are you one of the millions receiving stimulus funds between now and early next year? Again, so many states have been sending them out and many people have been asking, am I eligible to receive them? So then this information here talks about many of these things are based on those who file taxes, but I have heard that stimulus checks could be sent out to those that didn't file taxes. You've got the state of California, you've got the state of Colorado, you've got the state of Idaho, you've got Illinois, you've got Maine, you've got New Jersey, you've got Pennsylvania, and that's geared to 65 years or older, widowed at least 50 years old, person with disabilities who at least is 18 years old, an annual income of $35,000 or less, and an annual income of $15,000 or less for renters. Payments are due to be received in 2023. So again, there are some states that are literally helping out seniors and those on a fixed income. You've got the state of Rhode Island who are really working with the child tax credit. And then you have South Carolina who has been sending out those payments that are expected to arrive sometime in March of next year. Looking at every individual state as it is, the majority of them are mainly targeted to taxpayers. And is that fair? Well, I don't really think so, because so many of you viewers that need stimulus money, you don't file taxes. So how does that get you eligible to receive a stimulus check? And that's where our federal government, that's where Biden administration needs to step up and say, how do we focus on helping that group out, those on Social Security, those on a fixed income, our seniors? I mean, you guys are a big part of our country. You've done your part, you've worked hard, and now you need to be taken care of. And that's just my thought about it. But there again, maybe, as many of you suggested, I should write a letter to Joe Biden and say, it's time for you to send out $1,400 stimulus checks to those on a fixed income, those on a low income, those on SSI, SSDI, VA, survivors, because you need a check. So let me know if I should do that down in the comments below. Again, I want to thank you so much for watching, just for tuning in today to be a part of this channel. I love you. I appreciate all that you do. But now it's the time to announce some more giveaway information. If you want to jump in to win a free prize, it's a mystery prize. It's a surprise prize that we're going to do for one lucky subscriber. All you got to do is make sure to let us know that you are the #1 fan, you support this channel, down in the comments below. Of course, you got to be like and subscribe, and if you want another chance to win, then let us know which movie this quote came from.
Because we live or we die by the clock. We never turn our back on it, and we never ever allow ourselves the sin of losing track of time.
Yes, it did come out a long time ago, but man, it was a really, really good movie. Let me know what you think it is down in the comments below. And of that, I want to thank you. I hope that you're having a great Merry Christmas. Again, thank you for all that you do. Your love and support means the world. Stay safe, stay sanitized, stay warm. And until next time, I'm John Muro. Peace!